fuck is up, everybody? Welcome back to DFW Metal Mayhem, the most brutal podcast in the Metroplex with electricity. I fucking got electricity in this room again. I'm so fucking happy. Dealing with that month and a half of like no lighting except from the blinds. Now I can say, no, I'm still the fucking lowest in production of podcasting. But I'm here today with another one-man project. It's been a very long time since I've done these one-man projects. I think the only one I've ever had on before you was a gentleman named Hal Wagner who did Coffin Hoarder. It was like a one-man ass like black metal band.
Yeah, I kind of looked at it as not what I do because I did the whole live drum set and everything. So
yeah. So I am with Dee O Gee.
Yeah.
Oh,
Dee O Gee.
I see what you did there, and I just saw what I said.
Yeah, I put a bunch of E's in it. It makes it easier.
Wow. Holy shit. That blew my mind. Holy fuck. Alright, man. So, Colton, how long have you been doing this?
Well, I went solo probably a year and a half ago and started doing it, but I've been doing this project for about 3 or 4 years, and I've been digging live about 10 years plus,
shit.
and 14, 15 different projects by now.
Okay, so what spurred you into doing a one-man project? Because this is normally, I mean, I guess they're like kind of up on the uprise, but they haven't really been noticed a lot in the scene.
It's the unreliability of other musicians that I've worked with in the past, like just not being there, or just even getting to the point where I'm at a show waiting for my band and the drum set's set up on stage and nobody ever showed up. So my drum set's up on stage and I'm supposed to do a show. What do? Dee O Gee. That's kind of what it's all about.
Shit. Like, setting up your drum set and nobody from the band shows up.
No, nobody.
What the fuck kind of ridiculous shit is that? Holy shit.
Well, you gotta figure out then what to do, how to make more noise than just a drum set and be a full band by yourself. And that's kind of what I do with keyboards and vocal mics and loop pedals here and there, and after it all comes together, it's like a full effect.
If you want, I guess the saying goes, if you want a job done right, you do it yourself.
I guess, yeah.
And I guess that fucking hits on you with this. So, I've actually, you're actually one of the people that hit me up from the post I made in the DFW local support group. Honestly, first of all, thank you for that, because I actually thought nobody was going to hit me up, because at the time I asked it, I was a prospect for the Pit Bulls, and my profile picture was me in my shirt, and that either goes really well for people in the scene or like really fucking bad, because it's like super, like, it's like polar opposite. It's like, oh fuck yeah, Pit Bull, or fuck that guy. So I'm like, oh, I probably should change my profile picture when I did this. Oh well, fuck it, it's already out there.
Dee O Gee.
Hell yeah, man. So, seems like you actually have some releases over there.
Yeah, I was gonna take this real quick. It's the new release I just came out with about 2 weeks ago at a festival I hold out of my house, and so this is basically just me live in studio, one-shot track, no multi-loop.
One shot.
Yeah. Damn,
just fuck it, first try. Just boom.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Put it down, put it out.
So I wanna since I kind of went off this from the group and it just had a bunch of people hit me up, I had no clue about some of the bands that I brought on, and I've actually never had the opportunity to listen to you before before you hit me up. So I had to do some research. And if my phone wants to cooperate with me, I would. I just want to say this out loud so that you all can find the fruits of my research. You described your sound as the following: messy ground-up Space Jam sauce smothered over funky blue toast, soaked in bacon gravy eyeballs for your mama's house while looking down your staircase with a rubber ducky in my hand. Holy shit. Okay, first of all, what? Second of all, what does that actually translate to? Like, what is the actual sound?
Basically, I don't know. Maybe I just feel like I pull from so many genres. It's too much just to call it one thing. So
That makes
just
sense.
trying to make up a new definition for all the things within it.
Yeah, and I guess since this is a one-man project, probably the worst thing you can do for yourself is give yourself a label. Because if you give yourself a label, then you probably have to stick to that label. You know what I mean? So by you not doing that, you could say that you're giving yourself an advantage of just, hey, you know what? This is what I'm in the mood for doing at the moment.
Yeah. Plus, it's fun to throw people off and give them some weird stuff to read online while they're trying to figure out more about me, which is kind of hard to do. So.
Exactly. You kind of want the music and the experience of it to speak for itself.
Yeah.
You know.
It's more about the music at the end of the day. So.
Well, I mean, musician-wise, who are you looking to for influence? Like bands or certain musicians?
Well, there's definitely a lot of like local bands and stuff, friends that I've watched over the years and what they do that give me a lot of influence. But you know, there are those others out there. A bunch of old stuff. Few big names is actually one of the guys out of I Am Warbird, which is a local group, two-piece noise rock band, made the artwork for this album, and they're pretty influential to what I do, along with several other good friends bands. Stay Spation is another weird like psychedelic rock band that's local that I like a lot.
We do have a lot of those around here.
Yeah, as far as like a lot of bigger bands, maybe bands that are more so out there on tour, I like stuff like the OCs out of California, coming just weird noise rock kind of stuff like that. There's other noise rock projects out there I've seen I really like, stuff like a guy called Reptoid. He's definitely got some weird stuff going on, and see, there's another one, Black Puss does a little thing, more knowledgeably known as a Lightning Bolt, which is a two-piece. The bassist from that plays with the OCs, has played with the OCs.
Oh shit.
So yeah, it's kind of the whole little realm there, noise rock going on. But that's like the whole noise side of it. And as far as drumming, I grew up listening to like Led Zeppelin, all the 80s rock and everything everybody really listens to. So that's where the drumming really came up. Started listening to really weird stuff as far as vocal inspiration. I always liked grungy types of styles, but then again, I was always like a big Tom Waits fan, like just the weirdest, vocally oddest, strange grunge, messed up voice. I don't know. Can't even understand them, maybe.
Just the things that people would kind of get thrown off by. The things that people would have to sit down and digest a little bit.
A lot of things that people tend to hate on, just when they hear it for the first time.
I mean, I get, like, it's not for everybody, but, like, what's the point in wasting energy on hating? I don't know. It's so weird to me.
But then again, at the same time, I've been thrown out of my fair share of places just for doing this, so.
Yo, what the fuck? Damn. Just express yourself. Be like, fuck, never come back here again. Like, okay.
Yeah, you say one-man band, most places don't realize you're a band still.
Yeah, because you're putting in all the work.
A full drum set, it's still as loud as a full band, but I'm just one guy. Instead of having a full four-piece band in front of you, I'm loud.
So I guess since you are a one-man band, for the people who aren't familiar with this kind of thing, what's the process of recording these songs and getting and just belting out releases?
Really, it's just, I don't know, I'll get a weird idea in my head, set it up to record. I usually like to make things one shot, do live recordings, go out somewhere, pick up the video with it. Actually have the video off this album live to prove that I've done it live. No other noises, no other multi-tracks. It's actually on YouTube.
Get that up?
On my YouTube channel, Red Cabin Recordings. So, which that's where I post all the video out of the festivals I run, all my live video, all my friends' live videos, all my album music, everything gets posted up there. So.
I definitely want to go back to the home festival thing here in a moment because that just sounds fucking great.
It really is.
I throw house parties here, like at least on a quarterly basis, and it's great. I love it. But I guess like as far as programs go, if any programs are
Programs.
used for like guitars or bass or
Guitars, I'm really, the guitar noises I have made on anything I have done are just kind of, more sure I shouldn't play guitar. So, I'm best at probably doing that.
Okay.
Because I never sat there and played the chords or anything. And
Yeah.
learn the scales all day long and train my fingers to just do that. So I find it better to just, rub two guitars together that are plugged in and try to pick up that noise and find some cool tone in there rather than. But as far as just specifics, really it's just the keyboard setup. That's where all the tone comes out of.
Oh shit, okay.
I've got a 1984 Sonic ESQ1, which is basically like a old, maybe like spacey metal, hair metal days, space keyboard with a lot of space noises and stuff coming out of it. And I've got a synthesizer hooked up to that, which is a 1998, what is that? It's an old Korg, yeah. That basically, I just, you can synthesize, you can change any alteration of tone. I just kind of think of tone more so as like something I want to press a note and then bend that certain ways and find new tones there rather than how people do on the guitar and they're pressing a note there and bending it certain ways.
Hell yeah.
It's about the same thing, but
okay.
a little bit more simpler concept.
Yeah, because sometimes I remember Hal from Coffin Hoarder, he had, I can't quite remember. Actually, if you look up on the episode, if you actually want to go back that far, because it's still up, I had Hal do like a little performance here after we were done with the interview process. And kind of a little backstory on it was that I had to set all this stuff up. But it was a little difficult because that was when my band was recording a demo in our garage. So we had all these fucking wires just across the room and you really couldn't walk without walking on a wire.
And my stages, any of my studios, wires everywhere. Pretty
much. But I remember that he had like at least like 2 or 3 soundboards, so they had to like activate like all the sounds and shit. It kind of blew me away, man. Like, much respect to everything that you do on that front, because when I saw him do that, I'm like, oh shit, my ass couldn't even figure any of that out. Damn, I'm just a vocalist in a band. I do no fucking work at all, so...
The vocals do come easy at least, so...
I don't have to, yeah, like...
My hardest part is figuring out how to hold the same beat and do the same vocals, on top of the beat.
Yeah, because you don't see a whole lot of drummers that are doing vocals at the same time, because it's a fucking challenge.
And that wasn't their initial idea, too. It just became a thing after so long, so...
Yeah, the guy, there's a 3-piece thrash band from Houston called KTCM, right there on the board. Yeah. Their drummer sings. And holy shit, I don't know how he does it because he's a fucking wizard at drumming. And he drops insane vocals. Like, vocals that I wish I could fucking live up to. But I mean, I guess when it comes to the whole one-man aspect, it really, I guess I would assume it incentivizes a way to just double down because you have to cover a lot more fronts being a one-man band. So
you don't have nobody that has your back. So
yeah, you are your back. You are your reinforcements. Wow, don't try saying that 3 times fast. Holy shit, I'm high. But really, I don't know. Like as I said, it just seems like a crazy process. But I mean, with having releases out and everything, it seems like it's going really well.
I mean, yeah, I continue putting out more stuff. Anybody that is out there that does want to find it, I want to make it easier for them to find.
Yeah.
I'm always thinking of new stuff to do every single week, so the whole concept of it's not stopping. I'm still developing on what more I can do, and honestly, I'm creating stuff faster than I probably can put it out. So.
Yeah. So when it comes to playing shows, because I try to pay attention to as many shows that are happening as possible, it's kind of hard to keep up.
Yeah,
kind of the double-edged sword of the not only the metal scene or the core scene, but just the scene in general, is that there is a lot of bands, and there's a lot of like venues. I mean, At first glance, the venues that everyone thinks about are like Tomcats, the Rail Club, Reno's, Whitson, Trees, but then you have Diamond Gyms, you have fucking Tin Panther, like in Fort Worth, The Door, 3030.
Countless places.
Like all these places. Like I think there's even a fucking venue in Euless of all places. Like fucking Euless. Like who's gonna go out to Euless for a show? Apparently people will.
I'll go out to Terrell. I'll go out.
I will too.
Play
I want to.
In the middle of nowhere. Honestly, the festival I run's out in the middle of nowhere. So.
I don't know if I don't know how familiar you are with Grand Prairie, but over on Main Street over here, it's where we have our farmers market, and at one point we actually did have a battle of the bands there. This was like a long time ago. I was in high school, and I saw Election Vengeance play there, so kind of a testament to that. I kind of go over that over and over again about it's kind of how I got my start and everything. Yeah, like being a 16-year-old brat who didn't go study for his SAT to go to a show in the middle of farmers market. Yeah. I don't know if they do shows anymore. I actually want to find the guy who owns it and hit him up like, yo, we should try to have bands out again. But I don't think it went over super well last time because there's a bunch of high school delinquents like me who were fucking doing chin-ups on the fucking rails and shit. And they're like, what the fuck is wrong with that kid? But yeah, I do want to get to, or actually no, before, because I just went off on a tangent. I was about to go off on it again. I was bringing up a point about how we have all these bands and all, so it's hard to follow. What kind of shows, this is kind of weird, how weird way to phrase it, I guess. When you book shows, are you I'm down and playing any type of show? I'll hop on a metal show or I'll hop on a core show?
I've played with a lot of metal artists. I've played with rappers even, and usually a lot of psychedelic work. Okay. Works great. Metal actually really does work good.
If you're talking about psychedelics,
there's so few noise artists I feel out there that booking just a noise show in places doesn't really work.
Yeah.
Especially here in Dallas.
Yeah.
Mix it in with a full metal crew, and at the end of the night, end it with some Dee O Gee and give somebody something they've never seen before.
I was about to say, I don't know. If we're talking about the whole psychedelic angles, I really think you'd be really good with a lot of stoner bands.
Yeah.
Fucking Smog or
I play with punk rock bands actually, and they seem to like it.
Well, yeah, punk rock, man. Punk rock goes from everything from straight punk to punk pop to fucking grindcore. So that's a big spectrum to hit. So
I find it widespread what it really works with, because people are just amazed I'm doing so much by myself in the first place, and then they want to see the show, and when they do see it, it's more than what they expected.
Yeah,
so they want more of it.
I actually remember, I don't quite remember the dude's name or where it was at, but there's a video, and I'm only bringing this up because you said noise, and this is probably the most extreme version I've heard. It was this guy. I think he just had to be high off his ass. I think he really just fucking took a couple needles in the back before he started. But this dude had a single snare drum on a table, and he had a mic, and it was wrapped with something. I don't remember what it was wrapped with. And he just fucking beat the shit out of this fucking snare drum with one stick and just straight up grind vocals. Mm-hmm. And just fucking slams the drum and does it again. And I'm like, holy shit, man. And people were digging it. It actually didn't sound bad. Some of the rhythm didn't sound bad. That's probably a lot more extreme than what you do.
I've done a number of things, including just falling over to the drum set at the end of the set and, just breaking things.
Dude really flipped the table over and body slammed it at the end. Yeah, it was pretty wild. That's crazy, though. But dude, honestly, I think because music is art.
Yeah.
And really, art is self-expression. So, that all right there, fucking beating something out, slamming it on the ground, and then flipping the entire table over, that technically is self-expression, just in the most, extreme example.
And
Fuck
then
it.
within music is noise in the first place. So it all comes together within.
Amen.
Tie it all back.
If it works, it works. Now, did you have the desire, like when you were with bands, did you have a desire to kind of have this sound with other people, and it just didn't work, or were you doing other types of genres?
Actually, the first album that Dee O Gee put out was with another guy I was working with. He played guitar on the album, and so it was more of like an actual rock sounding, maybe some punk tones in there, kind of music than what it is now. But it's just another one of those stories where the guy leaves the music world and I don't have somebody else on stage with me anymore, and eventually it turns into me just being by myself. And
how'd the sound checking go? Is it easier with just one person, or is it a little bit more of a pain in the ass because of all the shit they have to say?
If they're not doing the drum set, which sometimes I like when I can play a smaller show that they don't have to mic up the drum set. If they do, obviously there's a full drum set. Otherwise, my entire sounds run off single guitar combo amp.
Oh, okay, fuck yeah.
So they put one guitar mic on that, and it gets my vocals and the whole keyboard mishap that's going on behind me.
Fuck, there you go.
And then the drum set's live the whole time.
I guess, hey man, I guess definitely sounds a lot easier than trying to get 5 assholes on stage. Like, hey, do you want more? I'm like, hey, if you do this, that's still like, that means this. Still, to some people say I have to do this. And yeah, it seems like
some guys tend to be okay with me, so.
Pretty easy setup. Just fucking be like, oh fuck yeah, I don't have to run up on stage like every 5 minutes and move this thing and then move this thing and then like fucking move this mic up here or move it down here. It sounds like you fucking have it in. Now I want to get to these fucking house festivals.
Yeah.
Holy shit. So, as someone who throws random house parties here with like 4 bands and BYOB and everyone runs around my backyard and drinks fucking alcohol all night, this sounds great. So let's get into it.
So I live out on Lake Fork. Like property out there, and it's like down in the woods, so it's like secluded area. Okay. I've got an outdoor stage. It's like 8 foot by 16 foot, and I run a festival circuit called the Red Cabin Hullabaloo. We just did one 2 weeks ago where we had 11 bands play, and the whole thing's recorded, so video's constantly being edited and put up on YouTube. You can go to my YouTube channel once again, Red Cabin Recordings. Always checking it out.
How often do you do this?
I'm doing it about 2 or 3 times a year right now.
Oh, holy shit.
And I booked in 12 bands last time, about 3 canceled, and we added 2 more at the last minute, so we had 11 at the end of the day.
Oh, fuck. And Lake Fork, this is out?
This is out near Sulphur Springs.
Shit.
Avery area. So we're up northeast Texas kind of area, just out in the middle of nowhere. There's about 360 people in my town. I'm out there, you know.
Yeah, my grandmother lives in Paris, and I always see the sign for Sulphur Springs every time I drive up there to see her. I think it's like going off that way when you want to go this way for Paris.
Pull off right there in about 15 minutes out, in the middle of nowhere once you get past all the stores. And
Yeah, East Texas in general is like, do you want, you have a choice of eating in 3 places, here's your gas station, have fun.
Yeah, I do like free food, the whole thing's recorded for free, so any band that comes out and plays, they got free video from it.
Fuck yeah.
Usually try to have people out there taking pictures and stuff, and just whatever.
Do you normally try to like target specific like genres, or like do you kind of like fuck anyone?
No, it becomes just my closest friends play, so.
Okay.
So my closest friends' bands, they're all the ones playing.
Okay, fuck
so,
yeah. Just a bunch of friends.
Basically.
Alcohol.
So,
hell yeah. Fuck yeah. That's
bunch
how
of
it's
fun.
done.
Let's do it, you know.
Hell yeah.
But I'm always when it is coming up, I definitely post about it all over social media, and anybody that wants to come is invited. So I do like free food and everything. Like I said,
hell yeah.
I want people to be there, but I know it's out there in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, so yeah, it's definitely a drag from there, that's for sure.
That's what I tell everybody. It's like, you just gotta make it here. It's fun once you're here, you know?
Oh, hell yeah. That does sound interesting. I may actually try to hit you up on that, because I actually like going out. I love going to shows that are not the norm. It's cool going out to Reno's. I'm literally going out to Reno's tonight for Kill Everything. But, I mean, you know, going to like the smaller shows, the shows that people really won't make their way for because the big five is having one of their shows.
Yeah.
Like but Tomcats is having this show, or the World's having this show, or whatever. I kind of like exploring new things. It's kind of why I kind of made that post, was so that I can try to reach out to people like you, people who I didn't actually hear about at first. And now I actually have the opportunity to listen and learn, because I feel like that's what this should be about. That's why I do this.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, some bands we had played at the Hella Blue were local bands like Gas Station Sushi, Lunatic, Stay Station, Gleek, Iron Warbird, let's see, Science for Giants, Skate Wolves, and then had Metal Mike, the rapper out there, Tim Torment.
Metal Mike sounds familiar.
Yeah, Tim Torment, the rapper out there.
Holy shit, okay.
Was that it?
I actually,
plus me,
I've always been interested about the hip hop scene in DFW, because never really dived super deep into it, which sucks because I'm like really into hip hop in general. I remember my father and I went to go see Living Color back a couple of years ago when they came to the Kessler. It's in like Bishop Arts area in Dallas, off of Davis. I think I'm getting it right. And they actually had a hip hop artist open up for him. I think his name was like Wild Buffalo something, and something. I want to say Bill, because every time I say Buffalo, I say Bill. But no, it was like straight out of like 1998 was his style, and it was pretty sick. And I'm like, fuck, that was good. And like I kind of didn't really do any research above it along that. It actually just kind of popped in my head when we kind of brought up hip hop artists. I know it's called DFW Metal Mayhem, but if you are watching this, I'd love to have you on. I'll just I can just put rap over metal in the intro.
It's
and
cool
good.
to mix all the little music genres. There's several different people that are cool in other genres that aren't doing the typical thing that genre would be doing. That's the people I tend to find and like a lot.
Yeah, the people that are kind of doing it's like people like you and people like them are the example of people that are genuinely doing what they're doing because they like doing it. It's not like
step out of the comfort zone.
Yeah, it's not like, I want to do this, but like death metal sells, you know what I mean? So we do death metal. Like I respect that. It kind of, I wish I could say the same, but because I actually genuinely like thrash metal and like it's my passion, and that's why I started my band. But it's hard to tell people like, yeah, man, I fucking love thrash. That's why I started thrash band. It's like, well, I mean, you're a pretty strong thrash scene. You're kind of riding on a train, which I am. I'm not gonna deny that. So it's a little bit harder for me to make that case.
Yeah, I'd love it if 2 or 3 guys out there want to just start a band and you go off and go, but I ain't found them yet. So.
Yeah, I mean, fuck, dude, I would be completely discouraged too if I set up my drums at a show and waited for other people and they didn't show up. I would be like, man, what the fuck? I would go to the bar and just in my life in alcohol.
I taught drum solo, so
there you go.
That was a little different. That didn't stop me from playing.
There's actually this kind of reminds me. I believe this was last year. I don't quite remember when. It was the Isles of Winter, and it's kind of like a festival that Jason Hollins puts on, who does a lot of crazy good booking stuff. Shout out to you, Jason. I love you, homie. Come on, get your ass in here. And he kind of booked like a lot of black metal bands for this night, and one of them, I can't remember their name. Nathan, you're gonna have to help me out with this one when you watch this. Throw it in the comments because I don't know. I think they're called like Earth Gazer, something like that, or like no, that's not it. It was some weird one word like planet something, I don't remember. But it was like a bassist, a drummer, and a saxophone player. And literally it was 30 minutes, it was one song, 30 minutes long, and the only solos either came from the drummer or the saxophone player.
Sounds great.
And it was absolutely wild as fuck. And we went to talk to him afterwards, me and my friend. He was like, oh yeah, we have about 6 of those songs. They're just like 30 minutes long. We each play one at each show. It's like, fuck. You really have to pick which song you want to play out of the 6. And then I asked him, well, respectfully, since it's just string instruments and you have no vocalist, is there like the possibility of you kind of either recreating the same riffs and solos for what you're doing, or kind of writing in the same format and being unable to kind of branch out? And they told me, well, that's why we all play different instruments for these other songs. Like, what the fuck? It's wild. I don't know who we all are, but shout out to you guys. I do a lot of shouts, I'm sorry. Trying to bring a lot of people on. Do you ever run into that issue, though, since you're like a one-man project? Or is it because you're able to kind of branch out and grab from anything that you don't really run into that issue?
Well, it's kind of like, especially when I do a live show, it's more so like I can do what I want to, and I don't have to rely on what other people can back me up and do themselves.
Yeah.
It's like I know what's capable and what's not capable at this point, as far as what's sitting in front of me when I go up on that stage. So,
I hear you. As I said, dude, as I said from the start of this, dude, it's crazy to see stuff like this. I'm actually really happy that people are doing stuff like this, because I feel like when it comes to dedication and the love of the scene, the love of the people, and the love of what we're all trying to do, because we're all strugglers in this shit together, I really feel like it's people like you that are the antithesis of commitment. Because, again, there's a lot of difficulty in doing this by yourself.
It's a lot of stuff all around.
Yeah.
It's like 12, 13 loads in and out of every place that I do by myself. So.
Yeah. Yeah, fuck, loading everything in and out by yourself. You got one person over here, but they're invisible. But just in general, like, because like I'm committed to what I do. Part of that is because I have 4 people that I click with really well.
Yeah. And
we're able to do what exactly we all want to do. I mean, it's hard to find 4 like-minded people.
I've left before, so.
I think it takes another level of commitment, another level of dedication to be like, back out of all that, sit down on your own, come up with an idea, and just take it and go with it. So much all respect to you, good sir. I do want to find out, what are your upcoming shows and what are your upcoming plans for this year?
Basically this year, I've got a show tonight, but this won't come out till tomorrow. So
it was probably a great show. It
was the best show I've played yet, and I'm so sorry that you missed it. So.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of people around here, because like when it comes to Grand Prairie, because this is technically in Arlington. Mm-hmm. The only 2 bands in Grand Prairie, I could be wrong about this. The only 2 bands I know of in Grand Prairie are us and Electric Vengeance. So we're kind of like holding down the 2-man front over here.
But otherwise, I've got I don't know if people are exactly gonna be coming out to this gig, but I'm shooting a gig I'm doing at a biker's bar coming up here soon, that I'm turning into a Dee O Gee movie. That's basically about what I go through in just one night alone by myself, as a one-man band.
Kind of like a little documentary?
Maybe kind of more like that, but I don't know, something that's movie size. It's going to be longer. There's going to be more than just what I'm doing on stage. It's going to show what I'm doing
behind the
scenes, what it takes just to even get there, and what it takes just to get back, when I'm going back to my place, and what it's like to go back into my world and come out of my world where I live at. So I'm out down in the woods by myself. I got a studio out there, and it's about nobody around, and I can be as loud as I want to all night. So
yeah, no fucking neighbors be like, "It's too loud. Fucking stop them." I've had that happen one time.
But that's definitely big plans. I've got a bunch of video coming out from this last hullabaloo that I'll be trying to tell people about and get them to watch. And
so where can everyone follow you at on this?
On Facebook, it's just DEEOGEE Dee O Gee. I mean, just go to Facebook. I always post my YouTube stuff on Facebook. It's all my shows are posted on Facebook. This is probably the best place to go and follow me at.
And that YouTube channel? What was that again?
That's Red Cabin Recordings.
Okay, cool. I'll have a link for both of those in the description of the video, of this video, that will be uploaded to YouTube.
Yeah, try not to keep it with too many links or too many places to go, because then it gets confusing.
Oh yeah, no, it just sounds like the Facebook and YouTube
Yeah.
channels sound like the two main places that we're gonna hit
Most
up.
people, that's what they use anyhow.
Yeah, pretty much. Dude, honestly, ever since I discovered YouTube, I have not watched TV solidly in like 11 years. Like, YouTube has been my main source of media.
I don't think I've ever paid for cable or anything. I have Wi-Fi in my house, that's it. So,
Pretty much all you need, dude.
that's all you need in this world.
Pretty much. Well, Colton, I thank you so much for coming on, man. It was awesome having you. As I said, I love finding out stuff like this, stuff that's out of the norm, and you definitely brought it. Definitely want to do this again down the line in the future after you kind of get this movie out. Maybe we can talk about it. But wish you the best of luck tonight on your show, man.
Yeah.
Hit me up if you have any more upcoming shows. I'd like to try to make one out for sure.
Oh yeah, they just pop up kind of randomly. People hit me up last minute. Hey, you want this midnight spot? And boom, straight on Facebook. That's why I say go follow Facebook. You see those come up.
Yep. So next episode, we're going to continue on the whole process of me finding people from that post I made, just like this good sir right here. We're gonna go a little bit lighter in things with these guys, but they're really solid when it comes to their sound production. What they sent me had really, really good sound to it. I'm really excited to have these guys on. I'm not gonna spoil too much because I think they're kind of a big deal in their respective scene. So I'm gonna keep it hush until I actually officially announce it next week. So until then, this has been DFW Metal Mayhem, the most brutal podcast in the Metroplex. Enjoy your Labor Day week.